You're up in Seattle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. How's the weather up there? Is it still fall or is it getting too cold?
It's beautiful out still, honestly. It's very dry is the only thing. I'm having to water the plants a lot, but other than that, absolutely no complaints. Yeah, beautiful.
Cool. I've never been to Seattle, so I'm looking forward to go someday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me know if you go. Would love to, I don't know, like give suggestions, all that kind of thing.
Cool. It looks like you're an outdoorsy type person, so I would certainly hit you up for all of those recommendations.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Oh my God.
Hi. Is it chilly there, Tim?
Not too bad. It's like in the mornings and it was low 50s this morning.
You can start your.
Definitely chilly.
I'm like to run it off yours so I can. Well, we'll do it this way. Yeah, because then everyone here can see it. Okay, well then I'll get started. Hey guys, everyone, I'm gonna get started. Thank you. Quiet on the set.
Quiet on set.
Yeah, that was fast.
That was snoring.
Okay. You can keep whispering. If you whisper, it's even louder. What?
You can start. You can start.
Yeah, I'm trying to share it with there. Okay, so we can see.
I can give you this in 2 seconds.
No, that's fine. I got it. I'm good here. All right. All right, guys. Here we go. Oops, not that. Okay. Why isn't Zoom showing me the screen to share?
You want to use mine?
It's not so much that it's I can't find the
Here, I can.
can't find my presentation to share.
Oh, no, that is.
That's my problem. Yes. So, here it is. Got it. Okay, guys, here we go. Can you guys see that? It's sort of in a small.
Recording in progress.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do, Geshe, is I'm going to turn off my mic.
I turned off mine.
You turned off yours? Okay, cool.
I got mine muted.
All right, cool. All right, here we go, guys. All right,
Hey,
first,
that dog was alive.
Yeah, I know. I thought maybe you were harvesting it for medicine.
all right. Can you guys hear me all right?
Mm.
Yeah, great.
That's a polite way to say shut up.
All right. Here we go. So in our discussion of what is considered the main sutra that is explained by the dual of realization, we learned that a commentary in the perfection of wisdom tradition exhibits certain characteristics. What seems to be the magic number in this discussion, and how does it relate to the order of the ideas presented? Juan says 8. What is the crowd
Yeah.
say? Mine.
8,000.
No, he says 8. Yeah, so Juan's close. So the first one is, oh, this is the problem. I'm sorry. I think I'm here. All right. The number is 8. But, so what does 8 mean in this case?
8 verses,
Not 8 verses,
8 pages.
not 8 pages.
8 versions of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra.
Guesses to what eight is?
It's not 8 versions. Nope. It's not $8.
$8? No.
It's
How many-
8 chapters.
Oh, that's
Ah,
wow. Okay.
Sorry, Tim.
No, that's all right. Thank you. So there's 8 chapters. And what is the particular feature about those 8 chapters? Like we repeated it several times. Those 8 chapters express
The 8 topics.
8 topics. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. All right. That seemed a lot easier when I wrote it. All right. Here we go. So in the Perfection of Wisdom vocabulary, what is the name? That doesn't make any sense. What is the name given to the English equivalent of chapter and then the English equivalent of topic or idea in Tibetan?
What?
No, Tibetan.
Oh, so chapter is kyap. Oh, sorry, kap.
Cop, right?
Kap.
Yep.
And Tokpa is
Topics is ngupo.
No,
Oh.
yes. And for those of you who are not mixed nuts and learning Tibetan, what's the ACIP transliteration of both of those Tibetan words?
Oh, very good.
So the first one, kab.
yay.
You've got kub there.
Peppa in the chat.
You've got kyab. No
Oh, yeah.
yatak.
Oh, there's no yatak. Yep, you're right.
Uh-oh.
See, that was my test to see if anyone actually.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I ruined everything.
Well, no, you actually didn't because
Extra credit.
I didn't do it on purpose. I can't see the chat. Is it in the chat?
Sort of.
Yeah. So Rebecca, you're correct if I were actually correct in writing the Tibetan. So it's actually just that. All right, next question. In the structure of the jeweler realization, we find the 8 realizations divided up into 3 groups. First, what are these realizations really about? And secondly, just to know the structure of the text, what are the names of the 3 groups? Wow.
Are they related to 4 groups?
Probably, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. What are the 8 realizations? What are they? Yeah, what is this about? Like, why do we have 8 realizations in the jeweler realization?
to get enlightened.
Yes, correct. That is not an incorrect answer. What does this book help us do besides getting enlightened?
Seeing empty directly.
Right. Okay. Seeing emptiness directly. And so what are the 8 realizations?
Divided by before you see emptiness directly, from seeing emptiness directly, and after you see emptiness directly.
No, this is before the 3 groups.
Oh,
My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there's 8 realizations, like stages of seeing emptiness. But what school are we in?
Lower middle.
lower middle way.
Right. So there are stages up to seeing emptiness directly, and apparently helps us see emptiness directly. And then what are the 3 groups of the 8 chapters?
Oh, listeners. So
No. Those are 3 groups. Yes, you guys are really good at. Yeah.
It's one of those days.
What's the first group? Oh, wow. How about that in Tibetan? Can we translate it?
Three knowledges.
The 3 knowledges, right? How many chapters are included in the 3 knowledges?
Ooh, I thought that was the whole book.
It's you guys. It's really easy. It's right in your face.
3.
All right, there you go. Good. All right, the next group is called Jorwashi. What is that in English?
The four reparations,
Four activities to four.
applications, oh, practices, yeah.
And how many chapters are in the four practices?
4.
Good job. All right. Somehow this homework is. And then the last one is called the Chukiku. What is that?
1 chapter,
One chapter, yes. And what is it in English?
body of the Dharma, Dharmakaya.
Dharmakaya, Dharma body. Just one. Yes. 3 + 4 + 1 is 8. All right, the magic number. All right, okay. What about some words? Strong name.
Fixed number.
Oh, yeah.
A fixed number, correct. No more, no less. A fixed number, not to be confused with trone. What does that mean?
Interpretation. To be interpreted, or literal or figurative.
Yes, literal and figurative. And because today is today, yum.
Mommy.
Good job,
Um,
guys. Pulling teeth a little bit, but I'm somehow my it wasn't as good as it could have been, I guess. All right, cool. You ready?
I'm ready, but you have something to show me.
Oh, I do have something to show you.
Yeah.
So what I have to show you is not a new translation, but it's what we went over. And what I'm really interested in is making sure that I have the format of the debates down correctly to make it easier as we're going along. So making sure that I'm learning it correctly so I can move faster. So that's what we're going to do here. Oops, not that one. There it is. All right. There it is. Can you guys see that?
Mhm.
Okay. You can see that, yes.
Yeah.
So here we go. The red is just notes to myself.
Okay, good. Okay, suppose someone comes along and claims, okay. Instantly the main sutra explained by Joe. Okay. Then it has been say perfection yeah, there's an outside chance that it could be 2 of the 3, but we're going to ignore that. Okay, Karun could be 2 of 3.
Karun?
Yeah, but he said main, so that kind of
Okay.
implies 1. Okay.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, let's consider the brief first.
We can't hear you, Geshe-la, but if Tim can, that's really the important part.
Let's see
You
here.
have your mic?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Quite.
Yay. All right. Ona do chin. Let's consider the brief sutra and the perfection of wisdom.
That's just a preliminary translation of that.
That's a good translation. Are you telling me it's one of those 3 sutras? Yeah. Why would you say that? Good. Because it is explained by Lord Maitreya and Master Sangha in the Jewel of Realization. Is that what the talk was? No. Just because it's you see what I mean?
If it's just to say it was explained by.
You have to repeat the Drupjechu. Why would you say that? And then you have to repeat the first part of the claim, because they are the main sutra explained by the Jewel of Realization. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Rather than explained by Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say jewel of realizations.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So far so good. I would put 2 line spaces between the end of the last debate and the next. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't usually add they say.
Okay.
I just say I put it in italics. Yeah, I disagree. Yeah, and then you have to copy your doc from the one above.
Right.
The final sentence. Yeah. Then you make it plural. They are the main sutras. Yeah. Oh, is the main sutra, right? Was it just one? Okay.
Yeah.
I disagree that the main is main sutra explained by the Joe realizations. I would say a main sutra, okay, because it also applies. Yeah, and I even change it up above. Okay.
So kind of what you said. I was just
It is too a main sutra of that type. You see, you don't have to repeat the whole. And then two line spaces, comma, that type, comma, and then two hard returns. Yeah, and then the long because. Okay.
Which is kind of hard to see. I gotta push this down so you can see it.
Yeah, good, thank you. Because yeah, the subject of the sentence is the Mundoken. Okay. So you have to say it is two, one, a main one of that type or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Because the jewel of realizations, that's the subject of the sentence.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, after because the jewel of realizations. And the best solution, because it is. You can say because it's entirely appropriate for the briefer, for the jewel of realization. To set forth its meaning, then love that.
Using the 8 topics expressed in the 8 chapters.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Good. And there's a shin there. Yeah, and and there are many. I would do a semicolon there. Yeah, and there are also many other commentaries.
That do this.
By the way, you're going to catch this do at the end. So you could have said because it is a sutra, which is entirely appropriate, or something like that. You see what I mean? You got to figure out how to say it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, to set forth its meaning. That's a million. Yeah. Let me see. The commentaries are possessed by the sutra, or it is a sutra which has and it also has many authoritative. You see what I mean?
That's the case.
Yeah, and it also has many authoritative commentaries that do this as well. Good. And I would correct the word Delpa in the last line of the Tibetan. Who's gonna tell me?
Oh, GR.
Yeah, that Delpa means connected, right? Jawa, like Tendo.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Somebody's been making that mistake in this book so far. By the way, I repeat that the text that we used for this book, and it was the first book we ever input for ACIP, was this book, because it's the most important book in the Geshe course. And it was handwritten. It was a handwritten copy. We did not have a carving. And so it has a lot of errors in it. And there's a perfect carved copy in
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. We just have to figure out how to talk into giving us a copy, some scans, okay? And I don't know how we're going to do that in the current climate, but wouldn't it be nice if they would do something? Might be nice to reach out to them and say, I don't know.
Maybe they're not even paying attention to the library right now. Yeah.
They might need, whenever the government needs money, they cut their funding. So it might be a good time to reach out to them. It might be a bad time. I don't know. We do have some students in St. Petersburg, so you could give it a try, right, John Brady, in your free time. Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
just a quick. I've had some requests over the last recently and over the last couple of days. If we're not, this includes me. If you're not currently talking, just try to stay muted, especially if you have any texts or typing or texts coming through. Just try to. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I disagree with what, Tim?
But disagrees with that this is a sutra that he disagrees with this part, right? He disagrees that this sutra is, it has, no, he disagrees that there's commentaries.
What's the sutra we're talking about? By
We're
the
talking
way?
about the
Is it
briefer.
Dodupa? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay, good. Yeah, so he disagrees with the second half of our last reason, which is what?
That the sutra has many authoritative
Yeah,
commentaries that
yeah. So
that are set up in this way with 8 chapters and 8 topics.
yeah, so Mixed Nuts Diamond Cutter Classic Standard with a debate, a dialectic text is to say, is to repeat the whole reason. You see what I mean? So we want to make it extremely clear. So we say, I disagree with the second part of your reason. Okay.
Are we going to say the second part of the reason that's enough?
No, I always like that.
Okay.
And I'll tell you how I would say it. I disagree with the second part of your last reason, colon. It's not the case. And I would put a colon instead of semicolon.
Okay.
It's not the case that what did you call the sutra? Short.
There's a briefer sutra.
It's not the case that the briefer sutra, and then you fill in the rest,
Has many authoritative commentaries, which are which
I would say something like which do the presentation that way, or something like that. Make their presentation that way. It's not the case that the briefer sutra makes its presentation that way. Okay, good. And then still in italics, so I don't agree with the second part of your last reason. And then I capitalize it's, okay? It's not the case that the briefer sutra, what was the argument? Has many authoritative commentaries that make their presentation in that way. Presentation in that way. Good.
Okay.
Italicize the whole thing, except for the title. Yeah. And take out your 3 dots.
That was to remind me to finish now.
Okay. Good. I don't agree with the second part of your last reason. It's not the case that the Brief Sutra has many authoritative comments that make the presentation that way. And by the way, it's mixed, not standard, in a dialectic text that's written in debate format, that we spell out everything for the reader. We go in and fill in everything. He said, I disagree with the last thing. And we're going to write the whole thing out every single time. And we're never going to leave the reader doubting where they are. Okay. And that's a lot more work. And that's our standard. Okay. Okay. Then, okay, your next sentence here after two line breaks, right? Or what do you call them? Returns, after 2 returns. And now you can abbreviate, you see.
It is true that
It is so the case,
Okay.
because that is so the case. This is so the case? Yeah.
this is either one.
Okay, that is so the case. Then you can cut that entire sentence this here. You can cut this whole sentence.
Right before it, right?
Yeah. Good. That is so the case, comma, because master, if it's me, I'll say the master.
And then I put them in as a footnote.
Yeah,
Okay.
composed a commentary.
Okay.
He only says the master. Acharya, and it could be anybody. So now we're gonna have a footnote that says this is referring to Master Haribhadra, and then you give the
Okay.
bibliographical information for the book that he wrote. Okay.
Okay.
Lopen ki duda. There's a mistake in the Tibetan up above. You tell me. Do.
Does it have to do with the word do?
No, oh, sorry, no. That's Simmerfunk.
I have no idea.
Well, there's a subject to the sentence. It should be
With a sa.
it should be instrumental. Okay. Right now, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. And again, I repeat that there'll be a lot of errors in this because it was handwritten. It was actually lithographed. And that would make a nice story in ALL newsletter. But they made a flat piece of stone, and they wrote and then they laid the paper on it and took an imprint from one by one over and over again. And that's how then there was thousands of pages. That's going to take him 56 years to. And those are, there's one at Ken Rinpoche's room, in Ken Rinpoche's. There's a copy there. That's one of the copies. They're very rare now. They're very, very hard to get. The paper was handmade, blah, blah, in a refugee camp. Boxer refugee camp. Okay. All right. That is so the case because the master composed a commentary explaining
It makes it more sense if I do this.
I would say compose, for example, you see. And there's something, you have to justify, right justification. Yeah.
I just want to do it.
Yeah, there, yeah. Okay.
I'll fix that.
And just go back and put a hard return after case and it'll.
Yeah, never use those other kinds of returns, please. I have to take them all out.
Okay. And our standard, by the way, is that the right margin will be indented also. Okay. So
Okay.
you have to grab this thing, this little triangle,
then
and pull it
pull
back.
that
Yeah.
in.
I have a.
Is it
I have a.
macro that does
I
it?
made a macro. Yeah.
So it has to be the same as on the left. So
Yeah.
That's an inch.
Catch that number. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Okay. This is mixed nut standard. Okay. So because the master composed, for example, a commentary called. This is Stokes' law. Who can tell me it's not reasoning? Easy.
Easy logic, easy realization.
Yeah, easy to understand. Okay.
okay.
He wrote a book called Easy to Understand, which is always not true. when they give it a title like that, you know it's a hard book. He's just trying to suck people in. Easy to understand, explain the sutra, amongst other.
I was trying to get this. So there.
The logic of the syntax is not quite right. He composed, for example, a commentary called Easy to Understand, explaining the sutra. Did it ever say that?
No, we just.
Oh yeah, explain the sutra. And he wrote other such commentaries as well, or something like that, because and he didn't write other commentaries on this sutra. See what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and by the way, the English is, it's one thing to understand the Tibetan. It's another thing to express it totally correctly in English. It's not easy. Okay. Okay.
And then the last.
And I might just suggest that the footnote number should be at the end of the sentence. Okay. And that's a call that you have to make
At the end of right here.
Yeah, I would put it there personally. In this case, I would never make it italicized. If you want to go there, I'll teach you how to make a footnote. Okay. But we've never done that. But it's something we should do.
Do you want to do it? Since we're
I'm happy to do it. Let's do it.
all right.
And I do hundreds and hundreds of these, so it's like second nature to me. So you hit insert, and then you hit footnote. It should be up above in your yeah. And then you just hit hard return. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe Utpal can help you how to do this, but. You're gonna have to make sure it's in full justification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to make sure it's still in 12-point Palatino.
So it's not going to be. It's going to be.
Palatino linotype.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Can you type? It doesn't look right. Okay. Yeah. Are you in bold? I think no. You're not. No, you're not in bold. Okay, good. You should not be in bold. Okay, one. So I grab a sexy, interesting 2 words from the sentence that I'm writing the footnote to, and here I would say the master composed, and I do that in italics. Lowercase c, colon, then a single space, take it out of italics, and start your footnote. How would you, how do you want to, what's the information you want to convey to your reader?
Well, I want to convey masters.
Yeah, the master mentioned here is.
Master Haribandra.
Yeah.
And maybe the Tibetan first.
By the way, I would say the master mentioned here is the sage, is the Indian sage. Because I don't want to repeat master. You see what I mean? It's cloying. The master mentioned here is the Indian sage Haribhadra, who has also composed 2 great commentaries essential to the current composition. Period.
Do 2 spaces.
2 spaces. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have that. Oh no.
We are going to have 2 spaces.
Oh,
And you cannot talk me out of it. So,
not a typewriter.
all right, just be quiet there. Respect these 1950 things. Let's see, who has also close to great such a current concept. The commentary here may be found. Now, when you're writing your first footnotes of hundreds to a text, you have to repeat a few times. This information may be found in the Sanskrit bibliography. In the Sanskrit bibliography. Correct, although Kurt is the corrector.
Entry.
In the Sanskrit bibliography attached, included in the, I would say included in the appendices. Included in the appendices to this volume. DICES.
Come on, Tim.
Where is the love?
Where did it go?
Look up master. Search for master. There's a couple masters
That
here.
didn't.
Sorry.
No, it's
There you go. Okay.
no, it's
The commentary, well, we don't want to repeat here. So the commentary described may be found. Okay. Or the commentary listed.
We're talking about we're referencing the quote, correct? We're citing the quote.
It's not a quote.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, we're just mentioning the book. Okay. The commentary described may be found in the Sanskrit biography included in the appendices at entry. And then before this goes for final editing, we put 2 percentage signs, if I'm correct.
Yes, please.
Okay. And then I put a placeholder ampersand until I finish the bibliography entry. I'm sorry, this @ sign.
no.
Yeah. Period. Yeah. Oh, no. I always put in parentheses, space parentheses, ACIP, digital text, lowercase, and then ampersand. You're gonna have to find. Oh, the numbers up here. It's TD4569. Something else I'm missing. We don't have to include the page number because we're not referencing a page, right, Utpala?
No, we're just
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's how I would write the footnote. And then I do my housekeeping as I go, and I do not save it for 12 years from now. So I do not continue the translation until I go add the entry into the bibliography, which is a lot of work. It's hundreds of hours of work, and but I just have a housekeeping rule. I don't go on until I finish the bibliography entry. I don't save it for tomorrow. I don't save it for the end of today. I do it immediately. And if you get in the habit, the book is easy to publish. It's easy to publish the book. You don't have to spend a year cleaning it up or something. Okay. So if we were really responsible. You wanna?
Do I wanna?
You have to. Let's.
If you put it that way.
That's.
We'll
Okay.
probably find it in the collected footnotes, collected bibliography entries.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show you something, Tim. Okay. So you got to give me the screen.
Oh, again, one thing real quick. or Tim, we always put a 0 before the
Here, it's 4
numerals.
numbers now. Yeah. Okay. 5 numbers now. Sorry.
Right.
We switched to 5 numbers when we got over 9,999 texts. We're up to about 16,000 books now. Okay, so where we would go now, here's what you do when you have to make a bibliography entry, okay? And I know this is not interesting for the audience. I'm going to teach it once. I'm not going to do it again, all right? And Tim will remember.
And so will the rest of us.
I record it.
So I'm in his text again, and I'm just gonna open my. I'm gonna go to my. Oh man, let me get rid of this. Thanks for teaching me that. And this. Okay, so I'm gonna go open. This is where I keep all. These are all the bibliography entries we've ever done right here, all put together. So all the books we've published, 7 books, it's about 4,000 pages now. We have finished bibliography entries. So to save yourself time, you go to those books and you see if the bibliography entry you need is in there, okay? And you search for 4569.
Geshe-la, you're not using the new one I sent you a few days ago.
I think I did load it in here.
Well, that said February. The one I sent you is May.
Okay. Understand. I'll go back and share that.
Okay.
I thought.
And those are up in Dropbox for those playing along.
Let's go back and make sure. I thought I put it in here, Utpala. I thought I loaded it. Yeah, isn't that it from February?
No.
No? Okay, let's pretend it is, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your catalog number? Give me your catalog number.
It's 4529.
4529?
4569.
I don't think it is.
4569.
I used the catalog to detain you to find that. You have a new problem. That's the catalog number of the catalog, the Tibetan catalog. So we're gonna have to search for part of the title. Okay, well, let's search for Senge Sambo. Let's search for Haribhadra, okay? So we're gonna search for Haribhadra. I don't think I've ever done this, okay? This is his commentary to the 8,000, right? Is it? Oh, we want the Dordupa, right?
Hey, Geshe-la, we cannot see your screen. We just see the
Sorry.
parching text.
All right, let me take you there.
What's the title?
You look for the word Tokla or La or
No,
search.
I've got 2 books that we've published that have Haribhadra in the bibliography, so I'm just trying to see if one of them is it.
Talking about easy to understand.
Okay, thank you.
This is not it because this is a commentary to 8,000. So let's go look for another one. That's his commentary to the Luntogen. And this is his other commentary to the Okay. I don't think we have done it. Yeah. Yeah. We've never cataloged this book. Get rid of the catalogs, okay? And we got to do it from scratch.
Yay.
So you're going to go to the very end of your huge book. By the way, how should we do this? We don't even know where we're going to cut his book. The first
Put it at the very end. Doesn't matter. Just put it at the end.
Yeah, the first of the 8 chapters is massive, and it will take 3 English books just for the first chapter, and they'll be 400 to 500 pages each. So that's why his book's taking 56 years. So we're going to go to the end of the whole thing, which is the 8 chapters. And this document is already 1,000 pages before we add any translation. And we already have one book here. Oh, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Does it say bibliography?
No.
It does.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, right now we can.
Why is it not
Yeah.
showing here?
Because
'cause you're hooked up to
because
you.
I'm stealing it. There we are.
Oh, there's some movies I didn't see. Oh, yes. All right. I already started a bibliography for the Sanskrit of his book. Okay. And now we're ready for S2, which is your new one. Okay. Now we have to go find it with Gopher. All right. So I'm going to change my sharing screen to a more general share screen, right? This one. And now you should be able to see my search. Okay, so that was called Dokla, right? Slaw, like coleslaw. So let me get rid of this. Sorry, we were listening to some good music before you guys came. And here, those of you who haven't seen John Brady's database in action, I think you can appreciate how amazing it is. Okay, so we're gonna now, and I want to say one thing. Framing the search, setting the search definition, is the whole key. If you frame the search wrong, you'll never find what you want, or it'll take 3 years. Okay, if you craft the search carefully, it takes less than 2 seconds to get your answer. So you want to take an hour, you want to take 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
That means you have to stop and think carefully about how you're going to frame the search. Okay, anybody want to give me any suggestions? What clues do we have so far about this book we're looking for?
It's in the tenure.
What was the
Tenure.
Yeah, it's in the tenure. What's its name?
Easy.
Easy to understand. That might be a nickname. Okay, but we'll start there. And then, you're going to lose hair in looking for it, which is what happened to me. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys do that also. So, Dokla. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to hit every mention of easy to understand in the whole tenure, which is 210,000 folios or 420,000 pages. Do you want to go through and?
No.
Okay.
Let's look in perfection of wisdom texts.
No,
Maybe within
no.
Within two lines.
Yeah,
something else.
you have to use what we call, by the way, you can impress your friends at cocktail parties, Boolean search function. Boolean means find one word near another word. It's just a fancy name. People will think you know something that you don't, which is kind of my specialty. So we're going to have a Boolean search. We're going to craft a Boolean search, which is this near that. And by the way, that's the power of the ACIP database. That's the ultimate power of the ACIP, because Tibetan and Sanskrit lend themselves perfectly to Boolean searches. There's no data in the world which is more friendly to Boolean searches than Tibetan language. Okay, why? It might be Tokbar Lawa, it might be Tokna Lawa, it might be Toki Lawa, it might be Tokla Lawa, but those 2 syllables are going to be there, Tok and La, easy, understand, okay? So we'll start with easy to understand, but if we don't find it, now, I need something to search near it. And I'm looking for the title.
Like something like Shijawa or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
In the language of Tibet.
Yeah.
Every single title in the tenure, every Tibetan title in the tenure, almost, with very few exceptions, is introduced with the words Pekedu in the language of Tibet. Okay. So I just saved myself like a week of searching.
Would you have to
Okay.
choose Geshe-la instead of or?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I have to change the parameters from or to, this is called, what do you call it? Proximity search.
Oh, yeah.
I want it within two lines. Okay. All right. And by the way, the tokla will definitely be within 2 lines of the poketo. All right. Now tell me, search field. Are we searching the Kangyo, Tengyu, or Sumbu?
The
Thank
tenure.
you.
Tengyu, yeah, Indian commentary. Okay, so you go down here, Tengyu, all right. And that's all. You could go to the Perfection of Wisdom commentaries section of the Tengyu, but why waste your time if you have a search program that can search 10,000 pages in a second?
If
Why-
it's on your computer, if you're doing it online, you want to
That's-
focus.
Online, because it's not safe to keep it online because somebody could take out all the mentions of a certain person that they don't like. Some hacker from any unfriendly place
No, I mean from Dropbox, for example.
destroy the ALL data. We do not want the data stored online. It can be there temporarily for searches, but we don't want to store the data online. Okay, they can wipe out a person's name forever. A good hacker can do it in 2 minutes and change every book. Okay, and that's the future of textual study. When governments change, books may change. Smart, independent scholars have to keep it on their computers away from the internet. Okay.
5 minutes, boss.
It will come. Okay, so I think we're ready to search. Dun 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 dun. Okay, somebody time it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that it? This book is also called Easy to Understand, but it's a commentary to Sanghadupa, Guhyas Maja. Okay, it's not our book. There's another book in Tengyu called Easy to Understand. Okay.
Uh-oh.
And by the way, go down to the bottom. There's only one match in the whole Tengyu. Okay. So therefore, the actual title does not include the words Tokla in that order together. So let's split them up. Let's say Topalawa. Let's try Topalawa. Okay. And by the way, it's not case sensitive. You can set it to case sensitive, but we have it. Om Mani Padme Hum. It helps if you do a mantra. No. Now, if it's me, I will do La by itself. Okay. Okay. We're going to get all the books that are easy. It could be 10 books, but it's not going to kill us. Now, if it's me, I'll go down here to see what section I'm in. I'm in a section called, oh, by the way, this you just have to read Tibetan well. This is a commentary on the Bodhisattva vows. Okay, and it's catching Baslup. So I'm going to cut the prefix letters off of here. I put a space in front of La.
I see.
I won't hit any BSLs. Okay. And this program is extremely powerful for Tibetan. And it would take a long time to program anything nearly as powerful. Okay, here we go. There's another La, but that's a different one. Okay.
Could you put a space after?
Yeah, you could, but I'll show you something. You could put a space after Sla, like coleslaw, but then you're going to have to put this.
Right.
Okay, all right. And you got to know these things. And Geshe should teach this somewhere. All right, here we go. That's not it.
That's not
Okay.
it. No.
By the way, you can look down here in the box at the bottom in the gray. It tells you which section of the Tengyu you're in, and we're in the Tantras. So if you see Diamond Ray down there, just hit return again. Just search again. Our book is not in the Tantras. So keep your eye down there. What's it going to say down there when we hit our book? What section of Tengyu are we looking for?
Perfection of wisdom.
Yeah, Sherchin, perfection wisdom. So keep your eye down here. And Diamond Way. Nope, we don't want it. I don't care what it's about.
There's only 2 matches.
Uh-oh. Now, sometimes it has a short name that somebody gave it that's not the real name. Okay. And Tonk is going to be too many, there were another thing. So what's the strategy now? We're almost out of time, right?
Yeah.
Go
One
to a
minute.
catalog and search on Haribhadra.
Yeah, great.
Ah,
Let's go search all the books that Haribhadra wrote. Okay. And then we can go to Senge. Senge-san. Okay. Or Seng-san.
Either Sengi or Sengi.
It's GE.
Yeah, okay. Oops, sorry. Or sometimes it's Seng-san. Okay. And now we're not going to go to the Tengyur itself. We're going to go to the catalogs to the Tengyur. And I would use the catalog. Here's all the catalogs to the Tengyur. Okay. I put them in one place. All right. So now we should hit all the commentaries ever written by Haribhadra that are in the Tengyur. Okay. And we'll hit it in 4 or 5 Tengyurs. Well, our Tengyur is Derge, but there's 4 or 5 editions of it. There you go. There's one.
we are at time, just so you know, again.
Yeah, that's not it. And here you just have to scan, okay? You got 18 choices, and you have to scan. This is Getomba, okay? This is, I'm going to look in the Dupa drawing. Was it supposed to be to Dupa? This is it.
Yeah.
Look at the end of the line. Topar Lawa.
Law.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
And then we'll continue next time about how to follow up.
All right.
Uh,
This is going to be
yeah. Yeah.
What is a bullet?
So we've confirmed that there is a commentary in the Tengyur called that. And then we're going to have to go find it. And that's not hard now because now we know the correct name and not the nickname. Okay, cool.
And is it going to be 4569? Oh no, that's the catalog. Sorry.
4569 is the native,
Mm.
yeah, the final volume of the Tengyur. Yeah. Okay, cool. This is the part that takes many, many, many hours. And to do a, and by the way, nobody in the world does this. Nobody in the world, in no university, nowhere, do they know how to do this. And it's a mixed nuts thing. Like, we're just awesome. We're okay, all right. No,
Geshe-la, is
Yeah.
that was that the native catalog to the Derge?
no, it's the native catalog to another one. Down here, it says Serchi. This is a Tengyur that was written in gold letters with gold water, and it's called the gold written Serchi. Okay. So actually, Nick, you're correct, and we'll do it next time, but we would go until we hit the Derge catalog. But it doesn't matter, Mick. We confirmed that it exists.
Yeah.
Then we'll search for it under its proper name, which is not easy to understand. Okay. Okay. That's part of its name, but it's not the main name. Okay. It's,
Thank you for doing that, Geshe-la. That's amazing.
it says a commentary to the ornament to the Jewel of Realizations, in which I use the brief Perfection of Wisdom to make some points. It's still a commentary to the Abhisamamkara, but he uses the Dodupa.
okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Yay. Okay, how much? By the way, God bless. John Brady's here. Will you come up and just show your face? You guys at home, you should do 3 prostrations or 4. We could not translate any of this stuff. It would be completely impossible if we didn't have John Brady. And before the database was created, I spent days searching through books for these things manually, page by page. I would spend days, and now it takes 2 minutes or something. So you
So
should,
many different.
you should all
So many.
John Brady. What's the best way to thank John Brady? Send money. Go to the Asian Legacy Library website, sign up for all the money you stole from Geshe Michael by answering questions. Okay, and send it to John Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys in 5 minutes or something.
Let's do it.